Guess who? So I just got off the phone with my daughter. You know, man, what a phenomenal human being. I mean, I'm telling you. I think any good mother or father, takes pride or should in their children. But there are so many things to take pride over in my daughter, you know. And like I said, you really don't know how you fare as a parent, on the levels of, for lack of better term, success or failure until you see the finished product, Once they've come of age and they're through college and they're on their own and they're doing their thing and their viewpoints and how they're handling challenges and levels of responsibility and the things that they do professionally and the things that they do philanthropically in the community and how they work with others and just how they've really just become as a total complete person. And I still can't believe how well my ex-wife and I did. So, Sherry, if you see this, hats off to you. Sorry, I look like a mess. But we done good, woman. We really did. And it's a very humbling, to use a term of our daughters, it is a very humbling experience to see what our child is doing in society and what kind of person she is. I don't think there's any questions or reservations needed to know how well we did. And, she's our only one, Maybe if we had two or three, somebody would be, upset the apple cart, but we did a great job. And so all of you parents out there, stick with it. If you divorce, stay in your child's lives. If you stay married, stay in your child's lives. It's an ongoing project. It's truly a labor of love. It is not something that just ends on their 18th birthday or when they graduate from high school. In some ways that's just where it's beginning, because now they're entering the adult years, and they're going to need some guidance too, and they're going to go through the trial and error phases, and you just hope that in those formative years that you instilled enough balance and enough knowledge and enough intelligence and humor that they're going to go out there and make sound decisions and be productive members of society. But you'll never know until you get there. So as you're raising your kids, just remind yourself all the time about what you say and do, because your kids will absorb it just like a sponge, the good, the bad, and the ugly, So you got to set the proper template of what it is that you're trying to be as a husband and as a father. Would my kid be as good as she is if she didn't have a dad because she had a mom that says men are options? No. Would my kid be the success she is if her mom was out of the picture and I was a single dad? No. It takes both. Equally, unanimously. Both have to play a role, or there's going to be voids in the development, not only as a youth, but more knowingly and tellingly as an adult. Okay? And you're like, oh, wow, is this the professor side coming out? Yeah, maybe. I can only be at Weisenheimer so long. See, this is the side that I live in most of the time. I'm a very serious person. I'm a very responsible person. And that's why I always try to have things in order, not just, my sports memorabilia in my yard, but my life. Okay? And like I said, I'm an ongoing project, But I've always tried to demonstrate order, and keeping things in check. And not always successful, But I think my ex is kind of the same way in her own way, keeping things upright, keeping things on the track, keeping things on the road, staying out of the ditches, And when people pull me off task or I pull myself off task, I don't like that, you know. So to all my friends and loved ones who hear this, who have children in tow or who have raised their children, look at those children and take pride in them, okay? And always be there for them. Because, hey, just because they've come an adult or they've moved out or they've started their own families, it just takes on a different appearance, you know, a different phase in the maturation process. But you're always mom and dad. And I'll tell you, as I close this, I could not be more proud of being a dad to such a wonderful, fine human being as my daughter. So, Amber, if you see this too, just know that again. All right? Your mom and dad love you more than anything in this world. Good night, everybody.